Gentlemen, we are told that your fatherhood clubs are very vibrant here. Yeah, they are very powerful.
Yes.
But traditionally, the woman is looked at as the primary caregiver. Yeah, she's the one who bathes the children, prepares their food. Even for your food, she cleans the house.
Goes to the garden, harvests,
everything.
Yes.
But why aren't men doing this work too?
Why men in Apache are doing so is because of the tradition. But
Welcome.
I think nowadays there's a bit of change. Yeah.
How was it like before? What were men doing that made people think that they are not helping the family? Please tell us. But way before the fatherhood clubs began.
Teacher me monokone wana wehe wigino. Pulla kare richon. Tekwaro me ameti yapaj. Tekwaro me lao. Sure gin woredwa.
All those workload had been motivated by culture. Men used to go for hunting and leave those work with the domestic work, loading women.
Okay. Yeah. Do you think it's possible for men now to replace, to become the caregivers now?
I think it's possible. Because now, like, we have got a lot of sensitization and trainings. People have seen how important it is to engage all parties in serious activities, and now members, like men, are now taking up, helping people, bathing children and doing the rest of it. So I feel men can take up the responsibility and we see a change.
Previously, men used to think that when you are at home, you need to stay like a boss. And you know, even women, they themselves would think like if maybe a man comes back home and wants to bathe, you need to carry water in a basin, take it there and for your husband. But you know, after some times, these days, having understood the workload with the women and so on, men have begun to pick basins. They can even go and fetch water using their bikes and so on, while the woman is there doing other things.
Men are even doing now.
Including even cooking for.
So now you take your own water to the bathroom?
Yes. When you
let me ask you, is it possible for men, because in other countries, when a woman is working, she goes to work and a man decides to stay home to look after children. Do you think that is possible?
I think it is very possible because undergoing many trainings, you begin to value everything at home. Responsibility to be yours. Unlike partially leaving it for the other.
Ginuti mera tek tuwala. Yen achala bala icho ena mobera awi pasho. Miri nenne jeme moga me yini ramutiyo. Yina miri ti me minye pochi udon. Ken ka yin pe konyo koda honi. Kuri jeme no peti mo. Kuri jeme no peti ye. Kelda ngori pochi mu. E ka temi yo chulo sine kwanang tebera tek. Kare we ho jeme lo wida ho. Tamna chi shekaro ko bueno.
It's just possible, since a man is the head of a family, you need to join hand so that you work hard in order to maybe send the children to school.
Okay.
Yes.
So now help me tell. Of course, for you are involved in these clubs. What are the benefits of men being involved in babysitting, in child care for their children at home?
Kai not unity. Karachier. Mono con kero lonyo me pashu. E kana Mario. Kai noru ching karachieli tike pashu. Dan kelo woro. Pashu.
Yeah, when you join hands together, it helps in developing the family economically, socially, and it is also important because it helps in making the family united.
Okay.
Additional advantages would be the creativity of true love in the family. That's one. Two, socio-emotionally, there will be no deviation between a mother and a father as a child saying, Mom loves us, but Dad, it's always a problem.
Okay,
Wow.
the child will not choose sides.
No.
That is very good.
So in the corner, other advantages.
Tela mano ken wanu cho tikere twero menen no ginara che beti ti pashu amio ginjoni bedi terwa gin telu ngame wanu titi porere twero melim wanu cho ina maulo e ka kelu pushi yakina pashu twero mere du chuti ba wanu cho so do mio ginabera wanu timo ena mio kelu pushi yakina pashu moro no.
He's saying it brings peace and harmony in the family.
Okay.
Because teamwork at least bridges the gap that maybe existed before.
Right. For you, ever since you started helping out, what has changed in your own family?
My family. God, there is love. That is one. And then usually there was a disagreement before this thing came. Me nowadays I'm even assisting in washing the clothes. Not like that. If the woman is busy, you can even go and fetch water.
Ginabera me anotia timo pasuna. Ber menen no ni yot como tino na bere tie mar ikom tino med kire da hona bere tie eka puonyere dang mer bere tie ikom pasuna ginaro put ko bisi.
Talking about health issues that at least nowadays is taking the child to the health facility with the mother, unlike those days where they used to leave it to the woman to do it alone. When it comes to antenatal,
They come together.
yeah, he's also going with the woman to the health facility. Yet he used to do it before.
We have seen how useful it is to do things together, move together, think together, and act together.
Everything together.
This is very developmental
Right.
because it kills many things.
Right.
It kills stresses, it kills resiliencies, and others. That's how few I can still go.
How do you encourage others to actually come and be a part of something that they are shunning?
We are telling them that this world is not far from, it's very far from the past. So what we are doing now, we have to join on in all the activities.
Coming up is one of the leaders involved in the fatherhood clubs. Let him tell you the advantages. But also, if you are at home and you are not helping your wife, we'll come back and tell you some of the things as a man you can do. You don't have to cook every day. But what is that one
Those
thing
special things
that you
that
can
help
do?
you bond.
That you can tell your wife, my dear, when it comes to this, it is my responsibility. I'll take it up.
And then we'll tell you the disadvantages of bringing up children who don't have your involvement as a father.
Right.
I think the challenge that we have had in this country is that quite often fathers have left the responsibility of children to the women, to the mothers, which is really unfortunate, and that of course is prevalent in most of the districts that we have here. And looking at Kumi, Apache and Nakapiripirit, where the initial intervention is of the Ban Van Leer, we initially had a lot of domestic violence and that I don't care attitude by the fathers, by the men, thinking that actually the responsibility of taking care and growing up the children is actually for women or for the mothers. Now, since the intervention started about a year ago, or slightly over a year ago, we have had a lot of behavioral change at the family level. We have seen that the rate of domestic violence has actually gone drastically down. What this means is that the intervention that has been made by Ban Van Leer Foundation has had significant impact. There's a lot of training, a lot of education at the family level. There's a lot of saving, and both the parents, the mother and the father, are now working jointly together to take children to school, to take children to health centers, to go to the gardens. And when they harvest, it's not only for the man to go to the market and get the money and go boozing this money away. No, this money is kept. Actually, we have what we now call the village saving loan associations. And there is what we are now calling responsible fatherhood. Responsible fatherhood is where we have these men work together in groups. We have these groups that are focusing on improving children's well-being, and we have talked to them. They are now focusing more on the improvement of the children's welfare, right from feeding them very well. They are no longer drinking like they used to do, and we have had testimonies on this. They are no longer taking the produce that they harvest away from the mothers, because this actually helps the mothers and the rest of the family to support the well-being of the family, and not only the children, but also the mothers, because we're even talking about maternal health.
But what are some of the challenges that you're facing as men who are helping your wives in caring for children?
One, you can even, I personally can, when we are coming from the garden, I like those days. I carry even a stick of firewood in my hand, plus my hoe on my shoulder, home. This is a very good saying to others who are opposed to such ideas. But they see happiness. Happiness from my home is a challenge to them, although my work is hard. Two, the way we discuss together with children, they see at least a little difference. The children sit down with respect to hear both of us, the parents, speak.
Okay.
And listen carefully. And once said, unlike a man who is not in family like this, as a child that does not do that. So this alone, bit by bit, I think we'll have to pause.
For you, what is that difficult thing that you find?
You know, some of these changes should actually take a process, and it's not all about all of a sudden you introduce this kind of behavior at home, because a woman may think, why is this man today behaving like this? I'm running mad. I'm supposed to do this and not doing it. So it needs really a process to undergo in order to, and also it is important to inform to share with the woman why you need to do that.
Right. Very good.
And yes?
Yo, jamino dushu uchu itekwara America chakararach. Rick peo miro ni jo ini chope ya wera lwako tino. Yen Rick peo chichamon. Amede kere nyo ni achiki teko nyama share. Rick pe tekwara wa na Rick chakararach. Kola ti dujure ko kare nyomo da ko ne da yindo kai nyomo ti tin mar bere ma da ko tin mar bere ma dai me cho te kala boka duong ene dunga jala bala punyere me karne du ti apunyo jo.
I was saying traditionally there were distinct roles and responsibilities of men and the women, but now you're even forced to do what the culture had even apportioned it to a woman. But now, because of this fatherhood club and that action of being together, what was allocated to a woman, you're even forced to do it now.
Do children actually miss out on anything if fathers are not involved? Because I believe long ago, children were still brought up, you were brought up, and your fathers were not that much involved. Do children miss anything if you as fathers are not involved in their upbringing, in their caregiving at home?
Ginati independent na machel kano chingpe kintapo kinitorno. Bea chelo bedo pitu ye kere kwan. No bedo word school, Balatini school. E kana Mario atino no yot komeda bedo pe pien not to ching meta moni miro Balatini da katal pien komedi moda chelari moda peti.
He was trying to say a child misses a lot of things when father and mother are not together. One is saying the child does not receive proper education. Two, the health of this child is never really there because there is no proper medical care
without the father.
Even
And then
food.
3, which I wanted to add on this talk, is the child receives no proper love as a foundation of everything.
This parental love.
Parental love is not fully there. It is partial from the mother only.
What is the message you have for the men who are not in this group?
Tieni mano wana do tikiri ngech ame opunyo wa private sector sa uma uta opunyo wa kireme gwa kotino dong pijo ame nu pe hi ngecha sa me gwa kotino sa tiyo wan miru duongi e ka uta punyo gi kita gin miru bokke do tino gi kita nu wan opunyo wa kere so do ngechi ni wan tiyo mi ngechi bangjo ame pe kere ngech mewe ginang urbe ipuny oramo ya kinapachi.
He's saying for us who were trained, we are under this group, we need to call these parents, those who are not in the group. We talk to them, we sensitize them about the advantages of this responsible fatherhood club.
But actually, men get a lot of satisfaction from taking care of their children. And of course, for people who do not have that a fatherly love. And so men right now, it's your opportunity to take up the mantle and start to care for your families. Thank God people in Apache have realized that, and you should clap for yourselves for being responsible men, and they're taking care of their wives. And I'm sure now when they go back home, the charm is available. Charm, you call it charm. It's available. The women are now more loving.
They are happy. They've not been strained and stressed in the garden the whole day alone.
Yes.
You can understand.
When you go back, the woman can even tell you, sweetheart, you come and we'll see what to do.